Hi everybody. It's not every day we get to feature an off-road vehicle on the channel that you probably have never heard of before, but that's exactly what we're doing in this video. We're gonna meet Claude, the owner and founder of ATAC-V, who builds this vehicle right behind me. That's the Patrol, and I want to tell you guys everything there is to know about it. So Claude, here we are with your lovely Patrol, and myself and all of my viewers, we want to know everything about this vehicle. So how about we start off with what made you want to design something like this? I think that's an important question to start with.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me here with your interview. The first thing that came in mind building a vehicle like that, an awesome vehicle like that, was how can I make a vehicle reach every single spot, go in every single terrain, in every possible condition, winter, summer, spring, water, mud. So we decided to go toward this type of vehicle, big tire, high flotation, power to weight ratio at a good level, and low footprint. That's the key for having a vehicle that will be able to cross many types of terrain with very high clearance.
Absolutely.
So as you can see, this vehicle is really short base. It's really narrow in the front to be able to go through the bush. The angle of view is really important on an ATV or all off-road vehicle, as you can imagine, so the driver can see what is going on with really limited dead angle on the cab. So we start with this aluminum steel vehicle. The upper section is aluminum, the bottom is steel, so steel frame, hooked up to a 74 horsepower turbo diesel German engine.
Cool.
So awesome power pack, the highest horsepower in its category, good torque, 167 foot-pound of torque, 4-cylinder turbo diesel. So we hooked that up to a hydrostatic transmission that is able to have 5-speed, fully automatic on low gear and high gear. We reach up to 26 miles per hour with this vehicle, all done with one hand, one joystick, no shifting pedal, no gear shift, nothing, just one joystick. You control everything.
Simple. So we're right up front here. Why don't you sort of go over some of the features here and then how you get into the actual vehicle?
Sure. First of all, we start with a heavy-duty bumper with a hitch in the front, with heavy-duty D-ring to be able to attach it or pull it if you get stuck or something, or if you want to unstuck your body. Well, you got somewhere you can attach. This is 12,000 pounds of pulling load before ripping. So if I open this hatch right here, the hatch will lift up by itself, and then we got the access to the vehicle by the front ladder right here. So the front ladder allows you to be able to jump in, and then inside you got a 4-point seat belts on both sides. So security was really important. So as you can see also, we got just windows all the way around to be able to see it really good inside, from the inside outside. And if I jump in, well, I've got a hatch here in case of rollover, or if you just want to enjoy the sun, you can ride with the hatch open. So in case of rollover, you got different access that you can get out from: the back, the top, the front. So it's very safe in case of rollover. Furthermore, we got a roll cage also that helps protect it from the stump, the branches in the front. And since the vehicle is really pointy, you can imagine that we don't have fenders. This was built on purpose. No fenders, because the tire will hit before the fender. We don't want to rip up the fender because it's an off-road vehicle. It will go in extreme condition. So as you can see, 4-point seat belt that can be attached here, attached there really safely. So you sit tight on the seat, and then just one joystick. You push on this, and then you can go forward, you can go backward, you can go on the right, on the left, all just one joystick. You shift speed with the push button there. No throttle pedal, no gas pedal, nothing. Very simple. We made the roll cage so the roll cage would be detachable. So as you can see, this tube slides in, so this roll cage can come out without removing the bumper in case of you want to replace a tube or something. If we go toward the side here, you will see it's really pointy and on purpose to be able to see, to have a good front view.
Sure.
And the tire are really like all-terrain tires. Since it's a skid steer system, you don't want to damage the land too much. We use this small profile, high traction though, surprising traction in the mud and in the water, in the snow.
These are also bead locks, right?
Actually, yeah. A good point that you notice, this is all bead lock. So this tire will run with zero pressure. Right now it's at 6 psi. So you can run those tires from anywhere from 0 or 0.5 to about 8 psi. So it's 1600 by 700 by 635. This is about 64 inch by 26 inch wide by 635 is the rim. This is a 25 inch rim.
Gotcha.
So this is metric. This was made in Russia by off-road expert Trickle company. So as we move on the side, you will see we put the shovel there as an option, and we got the hydrostatic cooler, oil cooler, extra heavy duty oil cooler. So the air is basically the air dissipation, or the temperature is dissipated through that super heavy duty cooler that is about twice the regular size of our competitor or what we require, because we knew we wanted to do a work vehicle, we wanted to go heavy duty, we went with an oversized radiator to cool down the hydrostatic hydraulic.
One thing I don't want you to forget about is the exhaust up there. Can you tell us about those two exhaust pipes up there?
Absolutely, absolutely. On the side here, as you can see, we got two exhaust pipes. Exhaust, they look like exhaust, but on the left side it's an exhaust.
Yeah.
But on the right side, actually, it's the air intake.
Ah, it's a snorkel.
Yeah, exactly. To put it symmetric, we decided to use the same pipe, but the huge advantage we got is that the vehicle always runs with fresh air. The air inlet is away from dust, away from debris, away from heat. And same thing with the exhaust. Well, you want the exhaust to be as high, as far as possible, because when you work around the vehicle or when you're stuck, you don't want to breathe all that fume that would be at the ground level. It's got like a pickup style box. So that pickup style box has got sides that can be open all the way around for loading and unloading stuff. So as you can see around, you got some space, you can carry stuff, chainsaws, wood, whatever you need to carry at the back, or generator, or you know, any utility thing.
And there's some rings up there to tie stuff down too, right?
Yeah, there is.
Heavy duty rings in the corners.
Yeah, there is rings all the way around. So.
Oh, and then the cleat system here too. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, we got cleats, we got rings, we got all the attachment possible inside this box.
Nice.
You can see that at the back we got a heavy duty hitch, good for 5,000 pounds of pulling load. And then we got D-ring again, similar as at the back, and we got a heavy duty bumper. You can see that there is a venting system here. This is to allow the excess of heat from the engine for heat dissipation to get out. So the water line actually is that high. So you can go up to this line. Gotcha. If ever you got splash or anything, then the splash, we got bilge pump inside, or a heavy rain or whatever. For whatever reason, there is water inside, we got automatic bilge pump in case of
and it's auto,
water.
So it'll just flip on by itself when it senses the water.
Exactly. Let me correct, the water line normally is about here.
Sure.
But if you go really fast through the water, or if you go in the river and you go at 45 angle, a steep angle, you may have water that will reach here. If ever it goes in, bilge pump is there to save you. At the back, well, we got the pintle hitch at the back, but we got different style if need be.
Sure.
But on this one, we decided to go Pinto because of our off-road style vehicle. The Pinto allows movement in any pretty much more direction than this type of hitch. At the back, we got a backup camera. So when you want to, back up or just hook up your trailer, you see something.
Yeah, and especially visibility forward is great, but back it's a little tough. Right?
Exactly, it's always the same condition. You got the back window, and then we needed a camera because you don't see much here. So, so we cover most of the angle by having both of them.
Well, now that we're this far back, how about you tell us about this trailer? Because this is something else that you guys built and designed, right?
Yeah. This trailer was requested by one of our customer, that is Hydro-Quebec.
Okay.
The Hydro-Quebec team wanted a trailer with those dimensions, basically. But we put our special touch, let's say, to it. We decided to put a water tank of 1,000 liter inside, because we know for a fact that some people will use this vehicle for farming, for spreading, fertilizer, and a water tank comes handy for this type of vehicle. You can imagine firefighter also that would like to have some water. You can imagine a fire in the forest, remote area, difficult to access, where you need to reach there really quickly. You still have 1,000 liters. So this trailer is over 3,000 pounds fully loaded, and the vehicle doesn't show much with the while driving with that trailer.
No problem. Nice. And so the idea behind these tires, would the trailer float as well?
Yeah, exactly. It would float with 1,000 liter of water without any problem.
Wow.
The water line again will be not higher than half the tire with fully loaded trailer.
Gotcha.
At the back, we decided to show you to remove the door. We normally have a door here, but you can see the water tank is there, and you see our axle right there, super heavy duty axle. What is cool about this engine, or the power pack, is that it's a drop-in power pack. It's a power pack that is made for generator or excavator, that is made to be installed and removed really quickly. So within about an hour, you can remove that complete power pack from there. And the power pack comes with the radiator, the intercooler, the turbo, the ECU. You don't have any coolant hose to disconnect. You just have the hydraulic to disconnect, and you pull your engine out. You disconnect the electrical, but it's a power pack basically. It's not a radiator here, an intercooler there. No. It's a power pack that you drop in, and if you want to remove it, you remove it by the hooks.
Gotcha. And who builds the engine?
It's a German engine, 74 horsepower, ultralight engine, 500 pounds for a turbo diesel engine, up to 2 years warranty, the longest in the industry, again, nice, for this type of vehicle. As you can see also, I need to point out that this is the diesel filler neck. We didn't put the filler neck at the back or in the front where it could be exposed to mud, water, or whatever. We decided to hide it as high as possible to help filling up and to bring it away from the debris or away from water. Because if you can imagine, you got your filler neck at the back, you back up on something, you forget your cap, water comes in, it was a no-go. Also, you got a fuel tank or water tank, or the tank you want. This one would be used for fuel as an extra fuel tank in case you run out of fuel. The fuel tank is about 70 liter.
Pretty good.
And the vehicle consumes at wide open 6.5 liter per hour, a little bit over let's say 2 gallon in 2 US gallon, a little bit under 2 US gallon per hour at full throttle. Sure. At 50%, we calculated that you're good for 12 hours of running. Wow. At 50% of the RPM, maximum of RPM.
So something else you mentioned to me, Claude, is that the bed that's on here can come off, and you might offer some other options to go on the back. Can you sort of talk about that a bit?
Exactly. The beauty of this design is that this bed can be all removed within 15 minutes. So you got 4 screws basically, like a pickup truck box. So you got 4 hook up, you lift the box up, and then you can slide a camper version in it. It's still the same vehicle, it's still the same, everything remains the same. You just disconnect, pull it out, put your camper in, drop that in, bolt your boat back in, connect your quick connect connector, and here you go. You now have a camper that can carry 8 person. So 8 plus 2, 10 total. So in winter, as for example, or really carrying something that you care about from the environment, you can just put your camper on. So we offer this as a base version with the pickup truck, and the camper version is optional.
Gotcha.
Or you can have either or both of them as you want.
Very cool.
So same thing on this other thing that is beneficial on this box is that it can be adapted to many type of usage.
Yeah.
As for example, one customer asked us to put a crane at the back. We had a little small crane where we can lift something like a propane tank or anything from the back to right in, and then cross your river, cross your lake. So you can imagine you have a cabin in the lake, on the side of a river or a lake, and you got 10 kilometers or 6 miles to do in the wood before you get to your lake, before you get to your camp. You don't need a boat, you don't need an ATV, you don't need anything. You just need one vehicle, does it all. It gets you right there in any season, water, ice, snow, mud, any condition, any type of terrain.
Very cool. Well, Claude, I'm left with one question. I'm sure it's the question all the viewers are asking by now. How much?
Yeah, this vehicle is in US dollars about 105,000 US dollar, or 135 Canadian dollar. The key point is the awesome view, the quality of engineering, and that we've been working on this for 5 years.
Cool.
So we've been testing in many conditions.
Cool.
So the vehicle is ready.
Well, Claude, let's go get muddy, shall we?
All right.
Thanks, man.
Hey, my pleasure.